Photo poor, so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo poor, so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it.
Better, petty don't matter. Far as the teller, I pray to God they rattle tattle. Hey, what's a rapper? I started off that, now I'm better. I get capital. I help my people to get cheddar. I do business. Look here, stay out my...
The folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cleveland Browns. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. His first carry, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
After 11. 77.
Here's Huntley. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They run with Hines, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Huntley to throw. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 32-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 32-yard line. To throw, Huntley. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Okay, ready.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Cooking my team.
This is Hines. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Back to throw. Huntley. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against an interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Tackle there by Nick Cross. The partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85. But then they'd never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be brought down at the 27. The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Got a man. It's Schwartz, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a 1st down. Prescott off play action. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, but sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it, because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they put him up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun, Huntley. He's going to look deep for more. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
That's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where, in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Bobby Okereke making that tackle.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Quickly into the hands of Patterson. That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Prescott on 3rd and 2. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3 and out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, Prescott. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Open man here, Schwartz complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again. Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit, and number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
60 Vices, 60 Vices, 60 Vices. Hey, pass.
Throwing again. Huntley looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's Prescott. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Airing it out deep for Woods. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Browns drive about to get started. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action now. Prescott. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Browns are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Huntley. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Huntley. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Here's Hines. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun. Huntley. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. On 3rd down, Huntley. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here we go, 46. There we go, 10.
Off the play fake, Prescott. He's got a man, complete. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Darren Waller, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
19
Operating from the gun, Huntley. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now it's Hines. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correct.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Browns will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Going deep for Hopkins. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Take it in at the 3. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
18 Cardinal.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And some space here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines.
And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone.
The Browns drive about to get started.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
A give running right is Chubb. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Third and short yardage, Prescott.
Got an open man, it's Schwartz.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try and go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Prescott. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Fourth down, Prescott. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
A throw out wide caught by Hopkins. Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities. And this is a good one right in front of them.
They run again with Hines. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hines. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
To throw, Huntley. This pass caught. It's Woods.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Huntley to throw. Looking end zone, and he's got his man. It's Woods. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Colts are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Cleveland offense ready to go. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play fake. Here's Prescott. That's going to be caught. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends into the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the 36, Prescott. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on third down. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first. Prescott to throw this time. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. Complete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 22. The Browns on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Defensively, they were all over that. When he decided to keep it, there were a lot of eyes just darted on him.
I wonder if he followed the progressions properly there. I think maybe he really wanted to run with the football. Turned out not to be the correct decision.
York able to send this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Huntley's throw pulled in by Woods. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Huntley. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On second down, it's Hines. 89 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On third down, Hines. And some room to run now. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. Looking to throw. Huntley. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here we go.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hines. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
To throw on third down, Huntley. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chase Young gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. And his kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And they got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Browns drive about to get started. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Prescott on first down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge the secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Prescott now on second down. And he'll complete this one to Patterson.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen. And it turns into a nice positive play.
They will look for some important yardage on third down. From here, it would be a 60-yard boot. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
125 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Hines. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So third down, and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer.
Here's Huntley.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it fourth down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And this one is right through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Here's Dak.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Colts have just about sewn up this football game.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game